Hey guys, welcome to today's Vinyasa class. It's going to be a powerful one, but also a steady class, meaning that we will have a lot of twists to energize the body, but also a grounding sequence, standing on our legs, being in touch with the floor. So it's hopefully going to be the best of both parts. In the end, I hope you will feel open but also calm, and I'm sure we are going to sweat a lot, but that's the fun part of it. And just remember, if you usually use a pair of blocks or a strap or anything, you are welcome to grab it. I think you will only need a block for this one, and have it handy, and otherwise you don't need anything except for yourself and your mat and some time. And let's get started in child's pose. So I am going to start with the thighs a little bit further apart. I like a child's pose where I can snuggle my torso in, and then I can rest my forehead to the floor. The hips are going to come heavy to my heels. The elbows are on the floor as well. You're welcome to just put the hands back by your hips or have them out in front of you, it doesn't matter. And then we can arrive to our mat. Arrive here at this point in time. I know that we live in challenging times. It's been a crazy year. Last year, crazy start to the year, I guess, for all of us. And sometimes what that did to us is to make us live in the past and think about, what happened back then, or worry about the future too much. It takes us away from the present. And in this class, because we are already stressed out enough to worry about the future or think about the past or anything else that takes us away from right now, I want to invite you to maybe allow yourself to be present today. Allow yourself to just be here. For the next hour, you can be just here. You don't need to think about anything else. You are free from anything else. Maybe start by noticing the things around you. If your eyes are closed, maybe you notice some sounds. What do you hear in the room that you are in right now? Do you smell something? Do you hear other sounds? Do you hear yourself breathing? How does your body feel today? Is your body feeling tight in certain areas? Do you feel open? Just notice what is going on right now. Is it warm in your room? Or maybe a little cold? And just breathe. Try to even out the inhales and the exhales. Take deep breaths here. And give yourself this time of the day to just be here. In yoga, there's nothing to worry about. There's no success in the practice, and there's no failure. So the only thing that is there is a practice and movement and breath. That's all we need, and we don't need to think about anything else. Take one more breath here. And then with your next inhale, blink your eyes open. Extend the arms out in front of you. You can look forward or down. Extend the spine. Reach the arms in front. The hips want to come back. And then maybe walk the arms over to your right side off of the mat and stretch the left side body. Come back to center and walk it out to the left side. Stretch out the right side body. Come back to center and lift yourself up into a tabletop position. Shoulders are over the wrist, hips are over the knees. And from here we are going to start with a few cat-cows to mobilize the spine. Inhale, look up, chest comes through the arms, the belly is heavy for cow pose. Inhale, navel to spine, dome the upper back, press the mat away for cat pose. Inhale, look up. Exhale, press the mat away, round back. Inhale, drop the belly. And inhale, press the mat away, round back. One more time, in your own rhythm. And come back to neutral. From here we're going to do the same thing. Your right hand crosses over the left hand and just extends out so you can stretch the side body, the shoulders and the hips. Come back to neutral and try the other side. And back to center. Do the same thing with your legs. Extend that right leg, cross it over, and stretch the hips and the lower back, and even the psoas. And there's no right or wrong to this one. Just do whatever feels good. Extend that left leg and cross it over to your right side. Stretch it long. And come back to center. From here we're going to press up the hips to get into our first downward facing dog. Adjust yourself, adjust your stance, and then you do not have to straighten the legs, just pedal them out. Do whatever feels good. I often stretch my hips and stretch to the side a little bit, but maybe you feel tight in your calves and you want to work the heel coming down. You can even come a little further in or try to lift the toes, whatever feels good. And then maybe we can find a little bit of stillness. Press the hips up and back. The hands press the mat away. You want to make space from your wrists to your shoulders to your hips. The back is one long line. If you can't bring the heels down, it's totally fine. Just bend the knees, but make sure that you have a straight back or attempt to get it straight. In terms of the arms, you want to think biceps coming forward, triceps back. It's like a wrapping action of the arms. So the inner elbow is facing forward a little bit. And then just breathe. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up and step it in between your hands for a runner's lunge. A runner's lunge That means the back of the knee is off the mat and you just try to look forward. You want to be a straight line and the chest open. Do not collapse down here. Just think, look forward and open the chest as far as you can. With your next inhale, step your left leg up to the top of the mat. Toes come out, heels in, and the hips come down for a yogi squat or malasana. If the heels do not come down, just put a blanket or anything else you have or a block under your heels so you have a little bit more support. Here you want to think of straightening the spine, make yourself tall. I use my hands, my elbows to press the knees out to the side. And then I lean back a little bit so my shoulders are over my hips. And breathe. Inhale, come up. Step that left leg back. Oh, I'm sorry, now we're stepping the right leg back because we want to do a runner's lunge on the left side. And again, the knee is off the mat. I usually wiggle back and forth, but you can stand still, whatever feels good. Just look forward, open the heart here. The chest wants to come forward. And breathe. You want to feel the stretch in the psoas. On your next inhale, step your left leg back for a plank, but at the same time, lower down to your belly. Extend the arms out like a T and lift your right leg up. And now you want to bring the toe over to your left wrist, but you're only going that direction. You're twisting open to the right side. You can even have the head on the mat. Just open up to the right side. And come back to neutral. Inhale, left leg up. Try to come to your wrist with your toes or the general direction. Reach, 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 reach back. And open up to your left side now. That's a nice shoulder stretch, but also a nice twist and a stretch for your thighs and psoas and even the belly. Inhale. Come back to center and press yourself back up into a downward facing dog. From here, we will use our right hand and cross it under and bring it to either our knee, shin, or even the ankle, whatever you can manage. And then twist under your arm. It's like you're twisting yourself under your arm to look up and see what's going on the ceiling. Breathe here. Inhale, come back up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, take the left hand and do the same thing on the other side. Maybe the shin, maybe the knee, maybe you can even grab the ankle, but twist open to the right under your arm. And exhale. Come back to center. From your downward facing dog, let's roll forward into a plank pose. Now, for plank pose, the most important part is to press the mat away. You want to press the mat away so your upper back starts to round and make space for the shoulder blades to slide to the side. And then your navel is in and your chest is in. And your tailbone does not stick out, but to support yourself, it is tucking under and it wants to go down to the heels. So press yourself away from the mat. Use your fingers to assist the pressing. Engage the legs. And from here, lift that right leg up. Take an inhale. And on your exhale, cross under, the knee wants to come to the left triceps. Inhale, extend it back out. Exhale, cross it under, knee to tricep. Inhale, extend it back out. Exhale, cross it under, knee to triceps. And inhale, extend it back out. And then press yourself back into your downward facing dog, into a three-legged downward facing dog. The right leg is still up in the air. Inhale, bring your foot in between your hands. Bring the left knee down and straighten that right leg for a half split. Now in half split, you want to angle yourself over your right leg, straighten your back. Inhale here, and then we fold down over the leg. Only after we have straightened out the back, we want to fold. And the most important part of this is that the hips are square. So what that means is that right hip wants to go back, the left hip wants to come forward. So we're not opening up to the side like this, but we are angling ourselves so the hip bones are facing the front of the mat. Breathe here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left hand crosses over your leg. If that's possible for you, you can also use a block. And then open up to the side for a revolved half split. And the same thing applies here. Your hip wants to go back. You do not want to come forward like this to make space. Try to pull it back towards the back of the room. And then if you can, you can try to look up if the balance allows for it. Inhale, come forward, exhale, melt in. Inhale, knee bends, hands to the mat. Exhale, plank pose, and then that same exhale, lower chaturanga, elbows bent. You can have the knees down. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest comes through the arms. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, we will come into a plank pose. Again, press the mat away, that's the most important part. Use your hands, spider fingers to grip the mat. And you can even come forward, high on the toes, come forward and practice a little bit of shoulder stability, which you will need for other poses and inversions and things like that. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, cross it under, right triceps, knee to right triceps. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, cross it under. Inhale, lift it back out. Exhale, knee to right triceps. Inhale, lift it back out. And push up and back into your three-legged downward facing dog. On your next inhale, bring that left leg through to the hands, in between the hands. Drop that right knee down, straighten the left leg, and again, angle yourself over your left leg, maybe to face your toe, your big toe. Inhale, straighten your back, and exhale, fold in. You're welcome to use blocks here. Pull that left hip back, right hip forward to have square hips. And if you want to make it harder and more efficient actually, you can press into the mat with your heel to assist the opening. Inhale, right hand crosses over the left leg and open up into your revolved half splits. Again, pull your left hip back, right hip forward. You can even feel it out with the hands if that's working. And open to this side, we're twisting from the waist up. Inhale, angle yourself over the leg. Exhale, fold. to the mat. When we're stepping back to lower into chaturanga, look forward into in your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. The hips want to come forward here. And exhale, hips up and back for downward facing dog. Reset and breathe. On your next inhale, look forward and take a big step in between your hands for your halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. You can have the legs bent here, that's perfectly fine. And inhale, come up with your hands, gazes up, stretch yourself tall. Exhale, hands to your waist for Samastitihi. One more time. Inhale, stretch up your hands, gazes up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift straight back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and come straight into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 more breaths here. And on your next inhale, look forward, take a big step in between your hands, halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, hands up, gaze up. Exhale, hands by your sides, Samastitihi. Inhale, one more time, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, maybe you want to jump back this time into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Prepare yourself. Bring the feet together a little bit. Look forward, bend the knees, and jump. Inhale, in between your legs, halfway lift. In between your hands, sorry. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, Samastitihi, hands by your side. Inhale, arms up, gazes up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, bring your toes together at the back of the mat. Bend the legs. Look forward and look where you want to land. This time we want to jump into each chair pose. Take a deep inhale and jump forward, chair pose. Arms are up. Now in chair pose, there's different opinions of whether to be in a back bend like the Ashtangis or tuck the pelvis under a little more to bring it into the thighs. Either way, make sure you can still see your toes. The weight is in your heels, the arms are up, not too far up that you feel uncomfortable. Just have them up in front of you if that's better. The navel is in and you sink down into your legs. Now here, clasp your hands, bring the palms out and stretch yourself up and out of your shoulders. And stay here for 3, 2, 1. Still, hands stay clasped, and we lower for 3, 2, 1. And then we stay thighs parallel to the mat. Arms are reaching out in front of us for 3, 2, 1. Hands in prayer, come back up. Take a deep breath. Right away, inhale, come into your chair pose. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of your chest. Twist over your right leg. Press yourself away from your thighs. Make sure that your hips are not traveling with you. Check the knees if they're still in line. And then look up if you can. Now try to get lighter in that left leg, in that left foot. And maybe you can lift it up and step it back. Woo! Okay, I'm already shaking. Step it back behind you for your revolved side angle. Now from here, we open it up into a crescent lunge. Take a deep breath here. Take all the energy in. You want to be high on your tiptoes here. The core tries to stay engaged. You do not want to be in that much of a back bend. Try to engage it. High on the tiptoes, arms are up, stretch up tall, and take in all this good energy. Inhale here, and on your exhale, lean forward with your hands, still extending out, and maybe you can step up into a warrior 3. If that's too much, feel free to have the hands in prayer in front of you. Now for warrior 3, I flex the foot to have more engagement in the legs, and then I try to lift with the inner thigh to have the hips square to the mat, to not have them open, but square. Inhale here, and exhale, bring the left leg back and open up to the side now for a warrior 2. Let's set it up. Here, you bend deep into the right leg and have the hips face the left side of the mat. And you want to make sure that the hips are level, and maybe you can release a little bit of that left hip here to have it not either being too low down or too high up. You want to have it level. You want to avoid any back bend, hug the core in, and press out of the outer edge of your left foot. Now from here, you can extend your arms, look over your index finger, and just breathe. Check that your knee is not falling out, caving into the left side, but it's going out to the right side. Breathe. One more inhale here. And exhale, bend into your left leg, bend deep into it. You can sit into sort of a half of a yogi squat. The other leg is straight, skandasana. And then you can lift that right arm up and revolve open. Revolve your heart open to the sky as much as you can. You can stay on the tiptoes if that feels better. Inhale, hands to the mat, and try to come back up into a warrior 3 at the top of the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, step it back. And inhale, open into your crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Lower chaturanga, look forward. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest wants to come through the arms. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat, look forward. Bend the legs, inhale, jump into your chair pose. Inhale, hands in prayer in front of your chest. Exhale, now we twist to the left side. Press yourself away from your thigh. Look up if you can. Make sure that the knee is not traveling with you and the hip is staying back as well. The right knee, I should say. Maybe you can bring more weight into your left leg and lift the right foot up and step it back behind you. We will stay in the twist. The arms are still on the thighs and we are in a revolved side angle here. Press yourself away from the mat. Inhale. Open up into a crescent lunge. Come high up onto the toes, onto your right toe. The core is hugging in. The arms extend up. Maybe you can sink back down a little more into your left leg, but that's not even necessary. Just try to have a steady and powerful balance here. I am shaking. Inhale. Lean forward. Arms are extending out in front of you. Exhale. Step up into your warrior three balance. And remember, the hips are square. Whew. And you're lifting from the inner thigh. Inhale. Step your right foot back and open up into a warrior two. Feel free to wiggle like I do. Set up your warrior two like we did before. Bend deep into your left knee. Soften the hips down, and the hips are facing the right side of your mat now. Press out of the outer edge of your right foot, and then extend the arms. Look over your index finger. Sometimes I inhale and exhale down to have the shoulders away from my ears. Try to have the knees out to the left side and collapse it inward and breathe. One more inhale here. And exhale, we bend deep into the right leg for like a half yogi squat, sort of. And the left leg stays straight. And open up into our Skandasana here. Left arm is opening up to the ceiling. Look up if you can. Turn open, turn your chest open. Inhale, hands to the mat. And exhale, come back into your warrior three at the top of the mat. Inhale, steps you back into your crescent lunge. Open up here. And exhale, hands to the mat. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet together to touch at the back of the mat. Look forward. Inhale here. Jump into your chair pose again. Inhale, arms up. Sit low. Hands in prayer in front of your chest. Exhale, twist over to your right side this time. Get lighter in that left foot and step it back. Again for our revolve, side angle. Press yourself away from the thigh. Now this time, lower your left leg to the mat. Straighten that right leg. And if you can, open the hands up for your revolved half split. Now if that wasn't possible, don't sweat. Just give it a try. That's what it's all about. No failure, no success. Just practice. It means you're working. Inhale, we reverse the action. Come back into your revolved side angle. And from here, come up into a revolved crescent. Now here I always check if my hips are still level. I pull that left hip up, come high onto the toes, and then turn over to face the side of the mat, the right side of the mat, and maybe I can make sure that my fingers go back almost over the heel of my back leg. Inhale, bring your left arm up for a reverse crescent, and exhale, bring your left hand down on the mat, step up, left leg lifts, and you're still twisting to the right for a revolved half moon. Open up, stay strong into your right leg, stay strong in the lifted leg. Exhale, hands to the mat. Maybe you can fall down for a standing split. Inhale, halfway lift, and your exhale steps you back. The left hand stays on the mat, the right hand opens up, same twist. Now you try to get lighter in that right foot, bring the heel down of the left foot, press into your left hand, and maybe you can lift the knee off the mat, and then step it back. Step the foot back behind you and open into your wild thing. Press your hips up, press the chest up into your back bend. Reverse the action, but stop it in a side plank here. Lift the hips up, core is in, no back bend. And exhale, bring the right hand to the mat. We are in a plank now. Lift that right leg up, you know this already. And then exhale, crunch it over to your left tricep. But now we're going to the right triceps. Inhale, exhale, left tricep. Inhale, right triceps. Exhale, left tricep. One more time, right triceps, left triceps, and leg extends, push back into a downward facing dog. Bring that leg down, breathe, reset. We did a lot on that leg, on the one-legged balances. Before we do the other side, let's just center ourselves and breathe. If you're breathing heavily, try to even it out again. Good. Feet together to touch at the back of the mat. Look forward, look where you want to land. Inhale, bend the legs, jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up into your chair pose. Hands in front of you, in front of your chest. Exhale, inhale, twist over your left leg. Press yourself away from the left thigh, don't collapse down. Make sure that your knee and your right hip is not traveling with you. You can check it. You can check if the knee is coming forward. That's usually a good indicator. And then look up if you can. Get lighter in your right foot. Maybe you can lift it off and step it back for a revolved side angle. Press yourself away from your thigh. Now lower that right knee down. Straighten that left leg and open up into a half split. A revolved half split. Look up if you can. Remember, the hips are square. You want to pull back that left hip. Let's reverse the action. Come back into a prayer hand. Press yourself off your thigh, knee off the mat, revolved side angle. From here, we are coming up into a twisted crescent lunge, a revolved crescent lunge. Open the arms up to the side, to your left side now, and check again if your hips are still square. Mine usually tend to fall off to one side, and I pull it up, and then I twist open. Maybe my hand can come back a little. I'm twisting from the waist. Inhale, reverse your lunge here. Right arm up. Exhale, bring your right hand to the mat. Step up into your revolved half moon. Open up to the left side. The chest is still open. Stay strong in your left leg. My legs are burning. That's good. Remember, heat is just heat. Nothing bad, nothing good. Exhale, hands to the mat. And maybe you can do a split here, a standing split, or just stand on your left leg. Lift your right leg a little higher. From here, bring that right leg down, slowly, slowly. Right hand to the mat. And open up into that twist again like we did in half moon. Just now, look up to your hand. From here, come onto that side of the back foot, heel down. Get lighter in that left foot. Press into your right hand. Bring the knee up, and maybe you can step it back behind you. Open up into your wild thing pose. You want to press the hips up, press the chest up. Get all the good energy in here now. Breathe. Inhale, reverse the action. Stop in a side plank. Hips press up with the side body. And exhale, bring that left hand to the mat for a plank. We're almost done, you guys. Lift that left leg up. Inhale here. And exhale, crunch it under to your right triceps. The knee. Inhale out. Oh, no, we're doing something different. Crunching under. And we go into the left tricep. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. And extend it back out. And then press yourself up and back into your three-legged downward facing dog. Legs can come down. And we reset here in our downward facing dog. Inhale, bring that right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your hands. Open up your warrior two for just a second. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Reach, reach, reach forward. And then when you can't reach anymore, drop your right hand on your shin, on your ankle. Maybe you can grab the toe, but wherever you are, open up to the side and imagine you are a piece of paper and a wall. You want to touch your body to the wall with basically every area. That means the left hip is rolling open, the right hip tucks under, and you're looking up. Breathe. Inhale, hands to the mat. space out your stance a little bit, like you're standing on a railway track. Heel is down now. Angle yourself over that front big toe. Inhale here. And with a straight back, we fold over our right leg for pyramid pose. Inhale, halfway lift. Twist over your right leg and open up into a revolved pyramid pose. You're welcome to use blocks with any of these twists if it's easier for you to twist open or you can't reach the floor. That's perfectly fine. It's the same twist, it's the same action, it's the same benefits. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, come back into a warrior one. Now your backhand spirals under, so you can turn on your toes and come into a crescent lunge. Inhale here, and now hands to your chest and prayer pose, and try to step up into chair pose from here. And what we're going to do now is just lift up that left leg as if we want to go into a warrior three. Ooh. But then we extend it over to the right side off the mat and bring it down and sit down, 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 until we can really, really sit on the floor with both of our sit bones. And we're in the seated twist now. The right foot wants to ground on the floor. Right hand is back behind you for support. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twist over your thigh. And now you can look back, but you don't have to look that far back. We're twisting from the upper body and not from the neck. When you inhale, try to become longer and taller, and exhale, twist more open. On your next inhale, bring your hands down, twist to the left side. Now this is just not a pose, just twist, 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 come up onto your feet, twist further, twist further, twist further until you are with the toes together at the back of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, come back down to the mat and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step in between your hands for a warrior two. Open it up. Inhale, straighten your left leg, reach forward, and let the hand fall down wherever it lands. Open up to the side. Stand tall, like you're leaning on a wall. You want to touch the wall. The right hip comes open, left hip tucks under. Inhale, square off to the top of the mat. Open your stance a little. Inhale here, and exhale, fold over your left leg for pyramid pose. Hips are square again. Inhale, bring your right hand over across your left leg and open up into your revolved pyramid. Look up if you can. Inhale, square off to the top of the mat. And come back into a warrior two. We open up here, spiral your right arm under, turn on your toes, and come into a crescent lunge. Open up your chest, stretch up tall. Exhale, hands to the mat, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Reset. We have done a lot of work. I hope you found that you were present through it. Hope you tried and practiced and didn't think too much about failing or anything else. Inhale, step to the top of your mat. The good thing is I forgot something, but we're going to just do it now. Get lighter in your left foot, extend your right leg back, and then bring it over to your left side. We want to not miss out on this twist, so let's do it now. Sit down, bring the right heel down, close to your butt. Both sit bones are on the ground. Your foot is planted. You have your left hand out, back behind you for support, and then you inhale your arm up, and exhale, twist over your left leg. Look back, but not too much that you're cranking the neck. Inhale, get taller, and exhale, twist. Inhale, taller. And one more time, exhale, twist. And again, on your next inhale, just turn around. Make it your own. Turn, 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 until you're back at the front of the mat. From here, just step back into your downward facing dog. And breathe. Take a big step. Come in between your hands, up on the top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Stretch yourself tall, and hands in prayer. Now we step out so that we're facing the right side of our mat. Toes are in, heels are out. Hands by your side. Inhale, make yourself tall. Exhale, the chest wants to come to the floor. Now release the hands, have them right underneath your shoulders, and release the neck. Just enjoy this forward fold from straddle. If you want to make it more intense, you can think about lifting the sit bones up and tilting the hips forward so you can come down even further. Maybe you can even put the head down, but if you can, maybe you want to shorten it a little bit more so you have more leverage and more way to go, something to grow into. Inhale, halfway lift. And here we're going to do our last twist. Bring that right hand out in front of you, and the left hand comes to your ankle. And then you can revolve open here. Maybe you remember the twist we did in downward facing dog at the beginning of the class. It's similar to it. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, right hand crosses under and twist under your arm. Inhale to neutral, And now just come down on the mat. In your straddle, let yourself lower down. Oop. I'm way far off the mat. Maybe you are way more open and you can sit on the mat all the way in your straddle. From here, sit tall. Bring your left hand up and lean over to the right side. You want to stretch your side body. Doesn't matter if you can grab the toe. What you want to do is stretch your left side and leave the chest open, as if your chest wants to look up to the sky. You want to stay open here. Maybe you can grab the toe, still revolve your heart open. And rest. Inhale, come back to center. Right arm up. Exhale. Lower down to the other side. Maybe you can catch the toe, maybe not. Just stretch your your side body open and revolve the heart open. And if that means you're here or here, that's fine. It's the same stretch for all of us. Inhale, come back up. And now we're going to face the front of the mat and do a fire log pose for our outer hips. Now your left shin is going to be parallel to the front of the mat. The right shin is going to stack on top of it like a fire log. You want to have the feet flexed to protect the knees. And then if you have it more narrow, it's going to be harder. If you have it more wide, it's going to be easier. Inhale, sit tall, and exhale, fold forward. Do it slowly. Those kinds of hip openings need time, and they need space, and they need kindness. They need deep breathing for me. And then relax in and try to release the hips. Breathe into the hips. And now come back up, switch it up. Inhale, sit tall, shins are stacked. Exhale, crawl yourself forward. Be patient. Be kind to yourself. Doesn't matter what it looks like, doesn't matter what someone else is doing. What matters is how it feels for you. What matters is that you breathe and that you release the hip and all that work you just did. Inhale, come back up. Maybe wiggle your legs around a little bit. windshield wiper to release the effort. And then slowly make your way onto your backs and bring the knees in for Apanasana. Apanasana is one of the hardest poses for me. The compression of the thighs to the belly. If you feel the same, don't worry. That's just anatomy. But it's often the poses that seem the most simple that are the hardest. Inhale, extend your right leg out and the left leg stays in, and then you gently bring it over to the right side. Look to your left side, open your arm out to the side, and do a gentle twist here for the end of class. And now come back to center, squeeze both knees in, and exhale. Left leg extends, right leg is guided over to the left side with your hand, and look to your right side. Inhale, come back to center. Both knees come in. And then you extend it out. Extend both legs out to both corners of your mat. Your hands can come to the sides of your body, palms up. And now you give all that weight and everything we have just done, you give it to the floor and become heavy for Shavasana. Shavasana means no forced breathing, no controlled breathing, just being still. Try to relax everything. The toes, the hands, maybe your jaw, the shoulders, the belly, and your glutes. And rest. And slowly come back to the room. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Bring life back into it. Maybe you want to stretch out as if you've just gotten out of bed. And then come onto your right side. And slowly make your way up into seated. Easy seated pose. Hands in prayer in front of you. And now notice how do you feel right now? Do you feel calm? Do you feel at peace? Maybe you feel grateful even for this time that you gave yourself, this hour of energy and peace. Maybe you had time to just be. And maybe you can take this feeling into your day with you or into your week. And anytime you feel restless, you can think about this practice and how you can just come back to the present. Remember to be aware of what is now. Thank you for letting me guide you today. Thank you for letting me be your teacher today. Namaste.